This is Dead Serious, a show about short horror stories worthy of discussion. I'm Dead Palette, and it's Halloween month, Bonita Flakes. Today we're taking a look at a story from the SCP Foundation entitled SCP-1377, codenamed Automaton Parliament. Okay. We should start off by describing this horrifying image right next to the entry itself, SCP-1377-01.20, addressing the National Assembly of the Republic of Korea. It appears to be a horrifying robot of some kind, with really fake-looking human flesh. Oh my god, that's an amazing image to be used for this. Okay. Item number SCP-1377, Object Class Euclid, Special Containment Procedure. Instances of SCP-1377-01 are to be preserved after initial intake and observations from the C-Wing of the Site-23 morgue, which have been repurposed for containment protocols and retrofitted with necessary security infrastructure. Access to SCP-1377-01 instances for experimentation require written authorization from the Research Director and the Cybernetics Initiative Committee. Alright, funny inside story here for behind the scenes. I was Googling Euclid SCP to see what, to just refresh myself on the definition. I know vaguely what it is, and I googled it, and the first thing that came up, I shit you not, is SCP-containment is magic. It is an SCP My Little Pony crossover. Oh, for the love of God. But a Euclid is an item that cannot unerringly be predicted. Either because the item is sentient or behaves outside of current scientific knowledge. So that's a pretty cool idea. Whatever this is, it's robotic in some way, and yet it is unpredictable, and I think that pairing those two things together is a pretty cool concept. During the appearance of a new iteration of SCP-1377-01, designated liaisons from security organizations responsible for national legislation will contact the Research Director immediately. The Research Director will then relay instructions to MTF Kappa-71, Roberto's rules of order, which will either neutralize or contain SCP-1377-01 directly, or direct Foundation security assets to the closest proximity to the events to do so. So what Robert's rules are, Robert's Rules of Orderly New Revised, commonly referred to as Robert's Rules of Order, is the most widely used manual of parliamentary procedures in the United States. And MTF just stands for Mobile Task Force. So I'm wondering how this thing occurs specifically, so let's see. Due to the politically sensitive nature of SCP-1377's events, use of amnesic drugs on witnesses during subsequent information control efforts is to be minimized. See Protocol 1377-Solon documentation for more details. All information control procedures related to SCP-1733 must be approved by research directors prior to implementation. So I'm assuming because, saying politically sensitive nature, I'm guessing that this thing is legislating in some way, and so amnesiacs can't be used as frequently as what they're getting at. Sometimes I feel stupid reading these things because there's so much jargon to get through that I don't necessarily understand, but that's kind of the appeal of these kinds of things. And so I don't take that as a critique, it's just me being stupid and lazy. Description: SCP-1377 is a phenomenon affecting world legislative bodies. Beginning in 1952, and continuing into present day, a humanoid automaton of varying physical characteristics, hereby referred to as an instance of SCP-1377-01, will make its way from an unknown origination point to an official session of a national legislative body. Present a set of forged credentials identifying itself as a member of that body and attempt to address the chamber. In all cases, the forged credentials have identified SCP-1733-01 as a representative of the fictitious constituency within the nation's jurisdiction. Examples include impersonations of an MP of the United Kingdom of Parliament from Loughborough, a Chilean deputy representing the Camino Desconocido region, the Botswanian Assembly member of Nwinst West, and a United States senator representing the state of Kinswick. That's pretty funny. I like that. It's kind of like the Hall of Inaccurate Presidents. The Congress, the Chamber, will now recognize the senator from the great state of Kinswick. Oh man, this is simultaneously hilarious and really unsettling. Like, this thing shows up, and it's just fully convinced that there is a state called Kinswick, and they're shaped like a human, but they have like this really poor foam-looking replication of skin all over them. Oh, that's amazing. SCP-1377-01 instances are composed of living organic tissue that bears a loose analog resemblance to Homo sapiens. However, the anatomy of SCP-1377-01 varies significantly from that of a human. Specimens possess musculature and connective tissue similar to Homo sapiens, but lack any discernible internal organs, instead featuring indeterminable fleshy mass where a human thorax cavity would ordinarily be. Additionally, SCP-1377-01 specimens have a skeletal structure composed of tissue resembling hardened cartilage. That is certainly disconcerting, and I've read other SCP entries that have similar deals where it's a humanoid-looking thing, but inside they have weird organs. I think that this one is more successful because it's the term of like tissue resembling hardened cartilage. Oh, that's gross. This is believed to account for SCP-1377-01's erratic and halting movements. DNA analysis confirms that SCP-1377-01 matches no biological organism known to the Foundation. Because of this lack of data on SCP-1377-01 specimens prior to their emergence, development of these organisms is poorly understood. However, each SCP-1377-01 instance has ceased life function approximately 12 to 18 hours after emergence. Here we have another picture of an SCP-1377-01, more childlike looking, with crooked teeth. Oh, that thing is so disconcerting. I really hope that most constituents from the great state of Kinswick don't look as ugly as this thing. So I'm really interested to see how this thing addresses audiences and whatnot. Currently, 27 instances of SCP-1377-01 have been documented in 24 nations since the first known occurrence on 04-23-1952. All instances of SCP-1377-01 have been recovered and taken into Foundation custody, with the exception of SCP-1377-01.14. See Incident 1377-1. If allowed to proceed into the legislative chambers at which the specimen emerges, SCP-1377-01 will make a speech. Getting exciting. The content of this speech has varied greatly between instances of SCP-1377-01. The first observation occasion consisted of SCP-1377-01.3 vocalizing a series of static-like screeches and electronic tones. SCP-1377-017.7 addresses the Supreme People's Council of Southern Yemen with an 8-minute imitation of aggressive hooting noises typically made by a gorilla Barengi. And most recently, SCP-1377-01.27 was documented at the German Reichstag, engaging in vocalizations that, while resembling the sound of human speech, contained no discernible linguistic structure or patterns. So I'd lie if I said that I wasn't a little bit disappointed by that ending. I was really hoping that SCP-1377-01 would try to convince people of something ridiculous. Like, I don't know, just something really bizarre and out there, like trying to convince everyone to be a vegetarian. It just shows up in different parts of the world and convinces people to be vegetarians. Or they show up and try and convince people to shut down all fire departments. Or trying to convince people to make a giant pit where they push all of their firstborn children into. Like, I was really hoping for something along those lines, weird and out there. But I guess I'll have to settle for just bizarre noises coming out of it. I think that they could have done better in that regard. But I really enjoyed this one because it was unnerving and funny at the same time. Now, if you enjoyed that, please consider helping out the community and supporting my channel. You can support the community by conversing in the comments below, going to 2spooky.com for original horror stories, and trying your hand at short horror yourself. You can support me by liking this video, following me on Twitter and Tumblr, links in the description, and checking out my art page, which is also down below. Thank you so much for your time, and now on to our sponsor at this non-moment in time, which is nerds. Nerds should come in nerds form, not in like nerds rope. That is a subversion of what nerds are supposed to be about, man.